Hello guys, it's Boston Reads Everything. Today we are going to be reading in our science encyclopedia about elements. An element is a substance or chemical whose atoms are all exactly the same, with the same number of electrons, protons, and neutrons. There are about 112 different elements, as shown in the chart on the following pages. Each element has certain physical properties such as its color, shininess, and hardness. Other physical properties include the temperature at which it melts, turns from a solid to a liquid, or boils, changes from a liquid to a gas, density, mass in a certain volume, and how well it carries or conducts electricity. An element also has chemical properties. These include the way that it joins or combines with atoms of other elements in chemical reactions, and how easily it undergoes such reactions. Different forms of an element. Some elements can exist in different physical forms. One is carbon, and if its atoms are squashed near together, it forms one of the hardest substances in the world, diamond, but it also forms other substances. A useful element. Silicon is an element. Pure silicon is a dark, slightly shiny brown-gray substance. It has the curious property of carrying or conducting electricity, but not particularly well, so it is called a semiconductor. Silicon can be made as crystals, which are cut or sliced into thin layers, wafers smaller than a fingernail. These are known as silicon chips. Then microscopic electrical devices are formed on the chips using various methods, such as acid, chemicals, or high-powered rays. The results are microchips. These are found in hundreds of kinds of machines and devices, from computers and music systems to planes and satellites. Saving elements. Aluminum is an element that is shiny, silvery metal. It is familiar as the metal which makes drink cans. Aluminum is found naturally in the Earth's rock. Extracting and purifying it costs huge amounts of time, energy, and money. Using aluminum several times by recycling cans can save more than 9/10 of this energy and money. Valuable elements. Silver is a beautiful, lustrous, semi-shiny element. It is easy to shape and polish and resists corrosion. These features have made it valuable since ancient times for jewelry, decorative objects such as silver plates and coins. It is also an excellent carrier of electricity and is used in electrical devices. Science discovery. Antoine Lavoisier, 1743 through 1794, was a map maker and invented a new method of lighting streets with gas lamps. He also took over a tax collecting business, which gave him money to pursue his main interest, chemistry. Lavoisier carried out hundreds of careful and accurate experiments on different elements and other substances. He devised the idea of conservation of matter, which means chemicals and substances are not usually created or destroyed, but changed into different forms. In 1787, he introduced the system of giving each chemical element its own symbol, as shown on the next pages. Different forms of an element. If atoms of carbon are spaced farther apart than a diamond and linked more loosely, they form a very different substance. They make the soft black lumps that we call coal. A different form of the element carbon is the soft black slippery powder known as graphite. Yellow element. Pure sulfur forms brittle yellow lumps. Sulfur crystals are a yellow powder known as amorphous sulfur. These pure forms of sulfur are found around volcanoes and hot springs. Sulfur is extremely important in the chemical industry used to make matches, fireworks, paper, pesticides, and medicines. Elements at high speed. Very fast moving jets, planes such as the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird gets incredibly hot as they push their way through the air. So their outer coverings contain elements that can withstand great heat. One of these is titanium, mixed with iron and other elements to form heat-resisting steel. Glowing elements. The bright, flashing lights of advertising signs are something called neon lights. Indeed, the elements neon is used in some of them. When high-power electricity is passed through a tube containing neon gas, this glows fiery red. Similar gases give off other colors. Argon is a tube glows deep blue-green, with krypton glows brilliant green. These elements all belong to a group called the inert or noble gases. These gases are found in tiny quantities in normal air, have no color or smell in their natural form. They are called inactive because their atoms hardly ever join or link with the atoms of other elements. That is all for today, guys. Goodbye.